Welcome back to another episode of Does It Pencil Out? Hey everybody, Scott Walters, buckle up, strap in. I got a hard-hitting pull, no punches, no sugarcoating it, no rainbows, no sunshine. I'm just going to give it to you and give it to you straight. We got a good one to unpackage today. Buckle up, strap in, hold on to your hats and your glasses as we blow the lid off the U.S. economy and the U.S. housing market. Lose one, you lose the others, my friend. Throw the dart at the economic challenge map, and you're going to hit something threatening the U.S. housing market and the U.S. economy. It's just the realities of the waters we're swimming in now, a post-stimulus era that's gone painfully wrong in many levels. So unfortunately, you're going to see a lot of cheerleading from mainstream media and the industry itself. We had that in 2008. It crashed anyway. We're clearly now entering into what looks like it could be a bailout era, as we've already seen banks getting bailouts. There's so much to cover right now. I know we're scratching the surface on a lot of issues out there. Primarily, my goal with the channel is to cover the U.S. housing market because it's the biggest asset class in the world and we overheated it to record levels. So anytime you overheat anything, it's going to have some below risk, and this one clearly does as well. As we see now, the runaway inflation, continues to just be a painful battle, and it's not getting any better. And we're seeing the economic fractures now display themselves all throughout all the markets and the economy. Everything now is pointing and showing a downturn is now coming. So we're clearly, if one thing we've done so far up until this point is identified the biggest bubble ever produced in world history. Overnight appreciation to never seen before highs. That's what we did here. It's now reversing course. So we've identified the top of the bubble. If you're in the comments, and if you want to get in the comments, and if you're new, please subscribe, jump on in and get started in the comments. If you're in there saying, Scott, listen, my area is still doing fine. Well, here's the realities, my friends. All real estate markets are very, very localized. We know this. All are going to behave differently. Some will be the last to join the party, maybe the first to climb out, but nobody escapes a deep cycle recession. It now is which areas are going to get hit the hardest. And we have a pretty good idea on which areas are getting hit the hardest. It's the ones that experienced the ridiculous run-ups. And we've been covering those. And it's basically take your pick, throw a dart at a map, and you're going to hit a metro now that's in big trouble, showing signs of reversing course. But then I understand somebody just has to hang on to something. You either want to justify your decision of having bought in that bubble, or you want to justify your position of being on the sidelines. There's always two sides on the aisle. Everything, economically, politically, socially. Take your pick, throw your dart at the map again, and we're hitting two sides of the aisle map. It's just the way it is. Our job has always been just try to be somewhere in the middle, centered and surrounded with like-minded people where iron will sharpen iron. Listen, my friends, I'm a real estate guy. Love real estate, own real estate. Much of my wealth, if not all, targeted at real estate. It's the path to wealth. But I can tell you one thing. The millionaires didn't get rich buying in real estate bubbles. They got rich buying outside the bubble. You're going to hear a lot of narratives like, time in the market, not timing the market. That's another narrative designed probably at a sales meeting to see what they can do to try to cheerlead these markets to get you to feel safe and fuzzy and entering in to these markets. Here at this channel, we do what's called Does It Pencil Out? Very, very simple mathematics, a safeguard, an insurance policy that you can pull for yourself. If you're entering these markets today, tomorrow, next week, next year, it doesn't matter. You should always see if a property pencils out. The bubble builders that popped up in the height of euphoria, none of their properties pencil out. They're not designed to pencil out. They're designed to get you to tour through a model home and fall in love with finishes and furnishings and color schemes and get you into a salesperson's hands without representation of your own and FOMO right into an overpriced property that's just basically cheap materials, spec homes, slapped up as quick as they can get them with the quality construction now suffering. We've been reporting on a lot of the blowback there. Dart at the map once again. So if it pencils out, that means standard amount down at today's interest rate. Does my cost to own get it within its rent range? That's it. Yes, if you're an investor, it needs the cash flow. But if you're just a normal home buyer, if it's within its rent range, you're going to sleep a little better at night, because you know if anything ever happened to you or the economy or the market itself, renter goes in and makes the payment. You don't have to lose that home and have that nasty old foreclosure filing on your record following you around for years and years and years. So like I said, back in 2008, we threw bailouts at the housing market, loan modification programs. It didn't work. It crashed anyway, and that bubble wasn't as big. So anybody not willing to put at least this much crash risk on the biggest bubble ever produced in world history, I have to politely disagree. And most likely you're cheerleading this out of self-preservation. It's the realities. So my job is to blow the lid off this thing and bring it to you guys and give it to you straight, which we've always done since day one. And we're shopping properties right now for subscribers. And just do a Google search of Scott Walters or internet search. You'll find my contact information. If you want to shop properties, check to see if your area pencils out, and we'll get you together with the highest rated agent in that area to go open doors and write offers and kick tires with you. No FOMO over asking bidding wars. No, those times have come and gone. Buyer's remorse, all-time high. People do not feel good right now knowing they bought at the height of the bubble, but they're hanging on. If their income's still intact, they're hanging on.
Time in the market, that's what I heard some guy on Instagram say.
Okay. Well, your time in the market could be 10, 20 years if this thing looks anything like 2008. It took well over 10 years if you bought at the height to see that. And you were eating top ramen, running house poor, running on fumes, dragging a depreciated asset along for the ride for your time in the market. Is that the time? If you have the opportunity to time the market now, why enter in now when it's clearly no longer overnight appreciation? There's no urgency anymore. So with that being said, let's go ahead, because our job is to continue to condition ourselves when we're browsing online properties. Hey, honey, look at this one. Good luck with that one, because I know a lot of times it's like, but this one, the finishes are so great. This Lennar home in the FOMO factory neighborhoods, they're cute. They got a pocket sandwiched in sardines bubble buyer neighborhood. Is that where you want to go? Not yet. I think we'll get you there, but not quite yet, unless it pencils out. Now, typically, existing neighborhoods that have been there for a while, that people bought pre-bubble era, those areas are obviously going to weather a storm much better for obvious reasons. They bought outside the bubble. 2, if we look at a property, it's probably not going to be a FOMO factory model home, move-in ready, staged to perfection, designed to get you to operate off of emotion instead of intelligence. It might need some cosmetic work.
I don't want to do any work.
Well, then you don't want to be rich. You got to be at least prepared to. Now, like I said, we're going to jump over to a property right now, and we're going to examine if it pencils out or not. So stay around to the end, because we'll reveal if it pencils or not. Insanity, this stuff that we unpackage here, right? But our goal is to continue to just look at properties through the right lens, recondition our mind, sometimes through repetition. I'm trying to make this, my friend Luke over at Market Mania. Congratulations, his channel doing great, doing awesome. It's one of the first guys' channels I went on back when he was very small, and now he's doing awesome. Congratulations. He's stuck with it, and he's got a great channel on his hands. He's like, dude, when are you doing another one of those Does It Pencil Out shows? So, Luke, this one's for you, but of course, everybody else watching as well. Because if this isn't you, it's somebody you know. You can become an expert in real estate. You can become an expert in real estate just by watching this channel and some of the stuff we unpackage, keeping your head on straight. Not with the rainbows and sunshine crowd, not necessarily with the doom and gloomers. Forward thinking, critical thinking. Failing the plan is planning to fail. This channel has a plan to make you succeed, but not by buying this course or showing you paid promotions. No, that is not this channel, my friends. This channel is free of service. Our rewards in life are in direct proportion to our contribution. I will be rewarded somewhere. The universe rewards me just for giving these things away. This is very easy to give away. This I can do. This I can do. This is easy. I don't need to charge you for this. Now, if I'm going to go march around properties and lowball some sellers for you, and I got to charge a fee for that, it's just a standard commission rate, which is well worth it if you got a good agent. You don't want to pay some rainbows and sunshine cheerleader that's clearly got commission breath hanging on by their fingernails in worse shape than their clients. You don't want to pay that commission. That commission you don't want to pay. So let's go ahead and jump over to today's property of Does It Pencil Out? Then we're going to meet back here and wrap it up. Let's get started. All right, buckle up, strap in, roll up your windows, lock your doors, maybe even put on that face mask if you have one. We're heading into Ohio. Let's bring up today's crash map, courtesy of our good friends over at Zillow. Everything on our screen going through the kiss of death, price reductions. Now let's go ahead and jump on to today's property and take a quick peek around. And here we go as we tour through. No glaring problems, certainly not a FOMO factory, possibly in need of some cosmetics, but nothing glaring here. So far, so good. Let's jump into the numbers. 3-level duplex served as a family home for 13 years, ideally located near monuments, stadium, hospitals, campus, and it would make an excellent rental. We're off to a good start. Let's keep going. It lists our mid-range value at the time of this video about $105,000. Now let's get into some price history. Seller is currently stuck on the market at $110,000 after going through multiple hefty price reductions. Let's keep looking. At their current asking price, with a standard amount down at today's interest rate, our cost to carry about $629 per month. Now let's see what it would rent for. Property would rent for around $1,000 a month, meaning it can cash flow no problem. Let's get back to the studio so we can wrap this one up. All right, friends, welcome back. So there you go, a property that pencils out. But Scott, it wasn't as cute, fuzzy FOMO factory move-in ready. The wife wants a move-in ready. We saw one of these Lennar homes. I'm sorry. I wish I could help you with that one. All I can show you is this one I liked for a couple of reasons. For one, insulated from a lot of blowback. For two, its price point is very low. In fact, this subscriber is shopping in this area, and that's the only reason I pulled it up. 3 is it has a duplex. You can move into one and rent the other if you want. See, I've always said, be willing to sacrifice now and live in a shoebox temporarily and ride off into the sunset later. If you're not prepared to do that, go over to Lennar or KB and overpay for a cracker box, FOMO factory, sardine can home. Jump on over there and do your thing. I'll even represent you if you'd like. If you're that determined to buy, you may as well get a good agent to hold your hand as you do it. Whew. My prediction moving forward, not only will we see more properties on this channel and possibly for yourself as you look at these properties and you see if it shows you your estimated cost to own standard amount down to today's interest rate and its estimated rent range. They usually show you that. Sometimes they won't. If they don't, just go check other neighboring houses until you find one that does. You'll get an idea of what the rent range is. We're going to see houses that look better than the one that we looked today. That was just throwing a dart at a price-reduced map that we saw. Everything going through the price reductions in the area. Piles. Throw a dart at a map, you're hitting a property going through price reductions. And I'm not sure if we got through the full price history of that one, but it started much higher. They're a race to the bottom. Now they're sitting on the market. Nobody wants to pay the trigger. Even rich people, not rich people, investors that are looking for a safe haven for their money, which I deal with a lot. I want my money out of the bank. Just sick. You got any properties that pencil out? Can I put it there? I feel safer just owning a tangible asset than a digit on a computer screen at the moment. We're going to see stuff that even is in better condition than that one in areas all over the nation. Now, eventually I'm going to spring one onto you, a property that doesn't pencil out. So stay tuned for that. Because you gotta know what to look for. I'm going to show you why properties are penciling out and why they're not. It's usually just the local real estate market. Did they overheat and get incredible run-ups? Clearly, this area didn't. If your area did and it's still not penciling out, hold on. Eventually, my prediction is it will. This could take a good year. We predicted this was going to happen around summer. of last year, we were going to see potentially houses getting liquidated. We're seeing it. We're seeing peak to trough now. A lot of properties getting some pretty significant reductions in value. Eventually, they're going to pencil out, is my anticipation. There's some areas, like the one I'm sitting in today, an episode of $1 Million Listing, home of the rich and famous, celebrities crawling around the sidewalks. Last to pencil out. But in the last '08 crash, properties started to pencil out. In fact, there's still even a few here that probably will, but they're going to get overlooked at the moment because people have been conditioned to look at FOMO factories. And final thoughts, I come to you as a friend, as a content creator. Somebody wants to see you not only win in real estate, win in life. Understand the biggest artificially created due to stimulus housing bubble ever recorded in world history could not, would not, and cannot sustain itself. The reverse course has started. The dust is settling. There is the blowback, and we're now officially paying the piper at the pump, you name it. Inflation is the hidden tax. Bailout programs being ushered in. Recession being ushered in. Unemployment numbers being ushered in. It's all happening in front of our very eyes. Congratulations if you didn't drink the Kool-Aid. If you did, I'm going to be here to help you do a little cleanup on aisle 3 moving forward. You'll learn an important lesson. You won't hopefully regret it if you do the right things moving forward. Because what you're going to learn is hopefully going to be very valuable. But you see, I had to learn this in '08. So if I was to go do that again in this bubble, what would that be the definition of? You guessed it, insanity. Doing the same thing over, expecting a different result. Decided this one, maybe I'm going to take a different path. Instead of normalizing the biggest bubble ever produced in world history, I'm going to warn some people. And then I'm going to see if I can educate some people. And maybe even entertain them a little bit since I'm a salesman. I'm not afraid to run my mouth. My job is to help you become rich, to protect you. And I'm doing my best to do that. So if you're new, please subscribe. Subscribe right away. I'm going to continue to blow the lid off it every step of the way. Because it's not only what we need, it's in fact what we deserve. If you appreciate the content, I want to humbly ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Social media links in the description of this video. If you'd like to contact me there along with links to channels I've appeared on I think you might enjoy. If you need help buying or selling real estate here in America, I have the biggest network of top-rated agents in the nation. Ready to assist you. It'd be our honor and our privilege to do so. Email in the description for you as well. Also, if you're watching from your television set today and you enjoyed this video, I know you're going to love the next video. As always, thank you for your time. Please go make it count today. I'll see you on the next video.